No bullshit, I've made $150,000 over the last 3 days due to the awesome rocket ship that is the GameStop short squeeze. Gonna jump into that here in a second. If you're asking the question, Forrest, okay, you made a ton of money, but I wanna make a little bit of money too. I'll describe what it might look like if somebody wanted to do that. Again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet. So take everything that I say and other people like me say with a mountain of salt. Nonetheless, though, I am going to document my journey, show you what I did, how I made money, and you can use that information and do whatever you want with it. So let's go ahead and just jump into my Robinhood account right now. And just for credibility purposes, that is my account. You can see it. It is real, right? So let's just talk about this. Account value right now is at $206,000. I'll scroll down to my GameStop calls. So one of the things with options on Robinhood is that they don't update the price after hours. So this current price you can see of this $39 call option that expires this Friday is $107. It's actually going to be priced higher than that in the morning when this adjusts, assuming that the after hours trading doesn't collapse back down to 90 something dollars. What is that? Right now you can see at the bottom left of the screen we're at $217. So it has appreciated quite a bit here. Let's actually just talk about the journey so far. So I released a video on Sunday saying that this stock might 10x this week, and it looks like it is on its way. If you saw that video and got in then, more than likely you made some gains. This is day 2 of the GME GameStop short squeeze. It is Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and start my graph showing. This is just a 1-day graph, by the way, this line here, right? So you can see that after yesterday, it actually, my account value went up to 200,000. It collapsed back down, all the way down into like the 70 grand, crept back up, and then ended right in the 90s. You can see today, as I go to the right, it starts to slowly climb up here. The morning was really slow today. I noticed on Monday that a lot of the shares that were bought up were in the morning, and today it was in the afternoon. The price slowly creeps up here. We can see 190, and then eventually we get to the $200,000 here in the afternoon. Let's zoom out to the 1 week. So looking at 1 week, we can see where I started, $40,000. This is on January 20th, all the way up to the 22nd. I was in the 40s, guys. $40,000 last week. Pretty crazy. Went up to 70,000, which I was pretty happy about originally. I was like, oh, 30 grand, that's cool. Totally dope. I slapped myself on the back then. Then we started to break 100,000. I was like, okay, there's something at large here. Started to do some more DD on this. And really bought into the whole short squeeze at first. Honestly, I wasn't against it, not because I didn't think it was real. I just didn't know enough about it. So I did some more due diligence to understand, if this truly was a short squeeze, is this actually happening? The short interest is still above 130% as of market open today. Not sure where it's at right now. I can double check that. But my personal targets, looking at this so far, if we go back down to this call option here, when I sell these, right, I own 10 contracts. My goal really right now, to be honest, is I want to make $500,000 off of this. So I have a $500 price target. Really what I really want to do though is, and depending on the action of this week, is I might hold out to $1,000. So you might be seeing on the internet people saying like GME all the way up to 1,000. I think, oh, that sounds pretty crazy. But it really doesn't, right? We're already up at 200. It's already doubled its price in 1 day. And you have to understand that we're not talking about normal fundamental things driving the price. The thing that is driving the price is a lack of liquidity and the need for people who are shorting this to cover those shorts. Completely different. So don't think about percent changes so much as just the idea that there is not enough of this that shares around for the people who need to buy them, right? The demand is going to outstrip the supply here, very short, and they're trying their best to suppress the price, but that's only gonna last for so long. So let me go ahead and close this, set this down, and let's talk about, what would you do, right? It's Tuesday. Let's say you're not in at all, right? Let's just start with that one. You're not in GameStop at all. The price is up at $200 now. If it was me, what would I do? If Forrest Knight, the investor, and hey, by the way, if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I don't understand why you haven't yet. But yeah, what would I do? Forrest, the investor, One, I would do a bunch of DD. So after watching this video, I'd go ahead and maybe watch a few others, look at the price action over the past few days, make sure I understand exactly what a short squeeze is, understand, you know, why shorts who have borrowed shares need to cover those shares. I would do all of those things. And then what I would do is I would decide, okay, is there a amount of money that I want to throw at this that I'm willing to lose? One, right? Making sure that for something like this, super high risk, I'm a huge proponent of telling people that risk and reward go hand in hand. So put an amount of money in this that I'm willing to lose, and then honestly I would sit on it until, you know, Friday or next Friday. That's important because Friday really is the deadline, is the major pressure point for these movements. All of these options, at least the option chain for this week, expire on Fridays. My calls actually expire this Friday as well. I'll probably get out a little bit earlier than that. We'll see though. I'll share those positions probably after I get out of them. But in any case, those are the steps that I would take. One of the other things you have to understand, this is exceptionally volatile, guys, like exceptionally. So if you are weak in the stomach, what I said in my last video, you know, if you're someone who can't stand to watch your account, you know, gain hundreds or lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, like mine did, it went from 200,000 all the way back down to 88,000 and then back up. And even I got a little queasy at that. But you've got to have a plan. You have to stick to it, especially when you're doing things this risky. That, or you need to have an immediate, okay, if it goes up X%, I'm out, right? I haven't hit my break point yet, which is why I'm not out. And I understand, you know, the mechanics of a short squeeze, which is why I was not too worried about it dropping down. If you're a novice, if this is the first thing you're stepping into the investing world, honestly, this is probably going to be too much to you. And my recommendation would be to not do that. Spend some more time. There's always opportunities in life. I know you're probably thinking this is like the biggest thing to ever happen, but there's always opportunity. As long as you show up every day for whatever it is, there's going to be another opportunity, right? So don't lose your fucking mind over it. Chill out. Take a deep breath. You'll make some money. Watch my other videos explaining how to get started with investing and stuff like that. The other scenario, so scenario number 2 is if you're already in GME, obviously hold. You know, there's still a ton of upside to be realized yet. If you get out now, one, you're hurting everybody else, and honestly, you're hurting your own wallet. I mean, there's a ton of upside still. So this thing is gonna double again for sure before this is all over. Definitely, probably more than that too. So hold on tight, stay along for the ride. We're all in this together. It's a ton of fun, I must say. It's a really interesting thing playing out in the markets right now, especially with the things that are happening in the media and all that. People saying it's a small group of investors, even though that we know that that's literally impossible. There's just not enough leverage there. As much as that would be cool, it's just not mechanically feasible, y'all. We can affect, you know, the shift a little bit, but you know, a small group of independent retail investors who don't know each other and who own, you know, shares in the numbers of tens, this is impossible. You know, go out and try to convince 10 people that you don't know to do anything. It's not gonna happen, right? So there's a ton of institutional players at play though, like everything else in life, and that's okay. We can make some money on the backs of it. Totally cool with that. Not mad about it, whatever. But these narratives are fun to read, and it's cool to see people, you know, get all hyped up and, you know, sling shit at each other and all that jazz. Yeah, that's really it for day 2 of the short squeeze. I'll try to do one of these every day of this week. It's an exciting week, certainly in the, you know, stock market history. I'll be showing and really documenting every move in my account and what that looks like. And then probably Friday I'll show a full wrap up of, you know, every single thing throughout the week. And really show you, you know, how much money I ultimately ended up making from this. It's going to be a couple $100,000, which is pretty cool. Not crazy life-changing for me. I do pretty well already. But, you know, the plan with that money is honestly I'm just going to reinvest it, probably put some in real estate, leave some of it in Robinhood for sure, and keep growing this account to $1 million. If you want to support me, I will be creating a Patreon soon. I'm creating a community on Discord for people to talk about the things that they're looking at. Obviously, I'll be sharing the things that I'm looking at. I'll be making myself available also as well to teach people and show them, how to, this financial 101. Where do I start? How big of an emergency fund should I have? Should I pay off my debt first? What type of debt should I pay off first? Is a debt snowball a good idea? Should I pay off debt and invest at the same time? These are questions that I'm asked and asked pretty often. How do I start investing in real estate? Can I invest in real estate with no money? All of these things I'll make myself available to in that Discord community through Patreon, which I'll be doing as well. It's a great way to support me. I appreciate it. My great passion outside of providing you with entertainment and cursing into this camera is actually enabling you, and I'm going to say it in every fucking video, to lift the burden of financial insecurity from your life. I think it is super empowering for everybody. So do it. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Hit me up. Join the Discord whenever it's out there. Maybe by the next video I'll have it all wrapped up. I'm a busy guy. But that's it for this one. My name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. You should too. But until then, see you in the next video.